What's up, y'all? Back with another video on the Holy Paladin, queuing some ranked 3v3 for the first time in a long time. You know, I've been queuing nothing but solo shuffle, at least last season, and so we decided to queue up some Turbo Cleave, which is a really strong and really popular comp right now. And yeah, the games went pretty good. I'm hoping that we can push this season and kind of consistently play. And hopefully we can make a push to 2400. Right now everything's deflated, so I think with these games we were queuing anywhere between like 1700 to like 1850 MMR, and right now that puts you at about top 1200 or so. So not terrible, and as the season progresses, you know, it'll get more and more inflated with each week that passes by, and this is just the third week in the season, so our opponents were pretty good. He grips me there, and I go ahead and hodge him since he gripped me to the healer. The healer did trinket to try and get a triple fear. We barely dodged it. I probably shouldn't have blinded there because we had so much AoE going on. So right here, I decided to bop that 2-second stun, and that was really important because I got stranged off of it. And I actually think I would have gone down there had I not used bop. I should have transferred the beacon sooner. I honestly thought that they were just going to swap off me, so I kept, you know, waiting to transfer beacon. Big mistake. I definitely should have just gone ahead and transferred it. The warlock was trying to just chase me down and solo me. I do stabilize here, and they are really far behind. He uses guardian on the DK. Sorgol gets feared, so I go ahead and dispel him. And we have like all the pressure here. We are a little bit behind on mana, but the game's not going to last that long. So I'm just trying to pull the DK into like weird positions if he wants to chase me. So like right here, he does grip me out and blind me. So again, I run to the healer and hodge him, and that is the game. We take down the DK. So honestly, our comp's just stronger than theirs. I don't think Unholy DK is that great right now. It was pretty good last season, but after all the nerfs and everything, I just don't think it's very good. Warlocks, on the other hand, are very, very powerful. Once again, they are just super strong this season. I think they got some kind of nerf coming on the PTR, but I don't know for what, and I think it's actually Demonology and not Destro. And I think Destro is the strongest of the 3 specs, but we'll see what that nerf. I don't know enough about Warlocks to know how big of a nerf and all that stuff. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, this was a pretty good first game. He actually almost kills Sorgol there. He was going for the 1v3. I ended up having to sack here, and Sorgol's like, what in the world is going on, you know? So but he's out of his burst there, so I think we're gonna take him down here. So not a bad game there. And in this next one, we are fighting a mirror Turbo Cleave, but with a Disc Priest. I think our version is just a little bit better because we have more externals, but the Disc Priest does give them a little bit more damage. So right now we're kind of plowing into the Counter-Strike totem, which ends up doing a ton of damage to us, but we kill it, and Sorgol gets a proc. Notice I gave him the Blessing of Summer. Now right here, he does get a double fear, and I hodged, but it was DR'd, so I didn't realize it was DR'd. One thing I've also noticed in these 3s is that lay on hands is way more useful than in solo shuffle, because in solo shuffle dampening starts so high, but in these 3s, you know, I mean, we're only at like 10% dampening right here. So lay on hands it's an actual cooldown in 3s. It's really nice. So he goes ahead and uses Burrow, which was fine there. We overlapped a little bit, but overall we're still ahead as far as cooldown's concerned. He's winning on mana, but I'm more concerned, like, again, our comp is all about pressure and tempo. So if it goes to a point where I'm running out of mana, we're probably losing just based on like we're being out damaged. So right here, I do go ahead and utilize one of our Blessing of Protections. And so we've used Lay on Hands. Our sack is coming back up in like 3 seconds, and we're going to have one more Blessing of Protection after this. And they're essentially out of cooldowns minus, I'm not sure if he's swapped yet. So they break Sorgol out of the fear. I go ahead and sack him here, and when I sack him, I go ahead and run in because I'm not worried about getting CC'd. I don't have any follow-up CC after that, but it's fine because we just got so much pressure off that hodge. And he gets to intervene on Sorgol, and again they burrowed, we're swapping to the warrior, and we just have all the pressure here. So with this being all tempo, we're just going to take the warrior down, and the priest just can't catch up. So not bad as far as the mirror matchup goes. I think the Mistweaver and the Resto Druid have been the toughest of the mirror match like turbos that we fought. I need to play a lot more of them to see. Okay, yeah, this one right here, the Resto Druid turbo, this one was really tough. Also, the Shaman on this team did a really good job of kicking me at the last second. He wasn't falling. I think I might have juked him once, but he wasn't falling for hardly any of my jukes. So these guys did a ton of damage. So right there, he kicks me at the last second. So I'm like, okay, I need to juke a lot more. And I go ahead and give Sorgol the Blessing of Summer. It looks like he either got a proc or he popped Ascendance. And we're starting to counter pressure here, but again, I'm going to lose on mana every single time. And Resto Druids are pretty decent at single target healing, so we really want to swap around a lot. So notice we're swapping to the Warrior here. And look how much damage. So I did actually juke his kick there. My Hand of Sacrifice was doing so much damage to me. It was kind of crazy. I burned Lay on Hands here. And I really should go ahead and, there we go. I was about to say, I really should go ahead and use that, the other blessing on me, and I did. So Sorgol is going to dispel my Hex, so I don't have to worry about trinketing that. And we have 2 Blessing of Protections left. And we have no Lay on Hands, no Hand of Sacrifice. So we still have a few outs, and the Resto Druid's starting to fall behind a little bit. He does get me at the very last second on that Wind Shear. And I go ahead and use the Blessing of Protection right before the CC, and Sorgol dispels me. So again, now we're starting to get more and more pressure here. They do get the Purge off on Sorgol. Sack does come back up, so I'll go ahead and use Sack. I'm still trying to juke, and he just keeps getting me at the last second there, so he doesn't get that because I'm ranging the kick at this point. I dispel him. We're trying to swap around, but even then we're still losing on mana with us swapping around. And Sorgol just keeps getting more and more chunked. I think I called for him to burrow here, but we go ahead and we got the kill. It was kind of sketchy there. So use both Blessing of Protection and swapping around. That was our best bet for beating this team, but not bad as far as the mirror goes. And I guess we did still have burrow. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. So we still had a few outs. We had just a few. So not bad. The next team, I think, is a caster team. I'm not sure here. So the next team is going to be, yeah, this was the caster team. So we found the best strategy for beating these caster team, which is what we mainly fought. We mainly fought casters the whole time. I think the best strategy is just to ignore the warlocks, because every time we went for the warlock, it just felt like they were so tanky and we couldn't do anything. And the fire mages are, I mean, a lot easier to, you know, do damage to and burst down. So right here, the Holy Priest uses his little guardian angel form, so he can't be interrupted, can't be CC'd. I think I go ahead and sack Marcellus here, and Sorgol gets feared, but I can't do anything about it. They break him instantly. I mean, you're just seeing how much crazy damage is going out here. So my Hand of Sacrifice got me to about half HP. I'm trying to see if there's a good spot that I can position. So right here, I'm being pulled into an awkward spot. I do get feared, and I go ahead and bubble it because I'm scared that they're just going to one-shot Sorgol. I burn Lay on Hands there. I give Sorgol the blessing, and I do go ahead, I think, and Hodge the Priest off this. Yeah, so I go ahead and Hodge the Priest. He trinkets, and I blind him on his trinket. So we have a lot of pressure here, a lot of tempo, and he does go ahead and swap. So I'm trying to dispel, get everybody out of their route. I think here in a second I'll give Marcellus freedom. I do give him the freedom, and we just want to stick on them as best as we can. The Mind Games does come out, and I dispel it off Marcellus. He burrows just so he can kind of catch up to him, and I get feared in a really awkward spot. He does the intervene and Sorgol walls, and I go ahead and burn sack, which honestly could have been an overreaction. I should have held sack at that point, but you see how much damage it's doing to me. So right here, the priest has no trinket. I have Hodge up, so I'm like, all right, we gotta end it here soon. And I dispelled the poly off Sorgol, and they go ahead and take him down. So kind of a chaotic match, a lot of damage. but it also showcases just how powerful Destro is. So same thing right here. We're just going to run at this Fire Mage, and with the Disc Priest, I mean, honestly, I think he should have just used Paints Up super quick on our opener. So I'm trying to dodge the poly right here. This match really shows the power of Turbo Cleave. Like, just if you get the right RNG, you can just one-shot stuff. So right there, he does life swap, and look at the mage. Mage is full HP, and again, we're gonna see here in just a second how quickly they're gonna take down that mage. So full HP and then dead. I mean, just crazy how fast we just kind of like RNG'd down that mage. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed these games. I had a lot of fun. I think we're going to queue a lot more 3s this season. I will get to some solo shuffle at some point. And yeah, thanks for showing all the love on the videos. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and drop a like, all that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.